Maybe not. Okay, it looks like we're going. I don't know, I saw an unexpected error occurred, but it looks like it's good now. Yay for technical difficulties.
Right. Unexpected error became expected success.
So, this is session 1. We're starting out. I am Jay Fry, your DM. I run everything.
Do you?
Yes.
Are you sure? This is really funny since we can't see.
Well, but that's more
It's like a disembodied voice.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Even better. So, Matt, why don't you go next with the introductions?
All right. Well, I'm Matt. Character's name is Hal Dawson. And yeah, he's a fighter. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, right. I'm Christy, and I like plants and animals, and I'm going to have a doggo. It's going to be great. That's not the best description of me. I don't know what is.
Yes, you're a druid. That is basically
Plants,
your
animals,
class.
and I have a doggo.
So I'm Shane, and I'm currently playing Marvin, the Dragonborn Paladin.
Yes, Marvin, the true original Dragonborn name.
I like the name.
First of his name.
So, our adventure starts out. You are all unconscious. As you wake up, a floor resolves itself in front of you. It looks like rough-hewn stone that has been worked and waxed and polished to a mirror shine, in which you can see dull torches reflecting from somewhere in front of you. As you slowly get your bearings and look up, you see first a large desk made out of obsidian dominating the view in front of you.
Well, God damn it.
Sitting behind it is something that looks like a man in a nice three-piece suit. The only difference being a bit of red skin and 4 sets of horns growing out of his head.
Are we there next to each other?
Yes, you are all laying in a rough pile on the floor, basically in front of this desk. The man seems to be busy with paperwork and hasn't seemed to notice that you're conscious yet. Do you do anything?
Are we dressed?
You are still in your clothes, yes.
Weapons?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
realistically, we
just
know
gonna
what
remain
we're
on.
doing.
I'm just gonna try to play dead or unconscious, rather, I suppose.
Okay.
I want to know what's happening.
Do any of us seem to recognize him?
No. None of you know who this is. Though most of you can probably put 2 and 2 together and figure out this is a fiend of some sort.
Yeah, I've definitely put 2 and 2 together.
Well, as time passes with none of you doing anything,
There's several times I want to ask who he is.
I'm just going to glare. So.
Ask who he is then. In character, do
Who
it.
are you, sir?
Oh, you're awake. Good. You see him stop and blot the nib of his quill in the appropriate spot and then set it back in the ink pot. I bet you're wondering why you're all here. Or maybe you have a better idea than you want to lead on. But that's not my place to judge.
I'm not awake, by the way.
Okay.
Clear.
You can go ahead and roll me a deception check if you really want to for that, but I'm pretty sure he's going to see through it.
I don't. It's...
You have found yourselves here because you ran afoul of a bargain with one of my kin. I have bought up your debt, for I have plans that you are necessary for.
Well, this sounds awesome. Happy to be.
You would, wouldn't you? Better than the fate you probably would have deserved at your original debtor's hands. My kin are not the most imaginative sort.
Are you like Consolidated Credit or something?
In your human terms, yes, that's an adequate comparison. But I have a task for you. And I don't really care if you want to do it or not, because you're going to.
Aye, Cap.
Because I own these. And you see him reach out his hand, and 3 small, faintly glowing gray spheres appear in his hand.
Are you an ood?
Not connected
Pretty
to
sure
him.
that's like our souls, but
That would, in fact, each be your soul. And as you look closer, you know one of them has a faint copper tint, another has a faint greenish tint, and another has a faint golden tint. And as he begins to basically fiddle with his fingers and spin them around in his hand, you all begin to create a slightly uneasy feeling in your stomach that you can't exactly tell where it's coming from.
What do you want?
What is yours?
out of curiosity, which one am I?
Roll me a religion check to figure that out.
This is not going to go well. 11.
You have no idea which one belongs to you.
All right, I'll ask him, which one am I?
You see him stop. He plucks one out, and it's the slightly golden one. And he says, "This
I'm the
one."
golden one.
And it floats into his hand, and you feel him squeeze it ever so lightly. And the most intense pain you've ever felt shoots through every nerve in your body.
Okay, well, I roll around on the floor screaming.
He puts it back with the rest and says, "That is why you will do what I say. For I have control of your soul,
Yeah, I kind
And
of
I
brought
can
that
make-
one on myself, didn't I?
Sure
and I
did.
can make the pain happen whenever I want. But fortunately, I think there's a better use for these. And your souls disappear.
Wait, what use is that?
I see you as an investment. At the moment, your souls are not worth much to me. You led ordinary, unimpressive lives and didn't accomplish much.
I'll just fucking strike at my core then.
But I have an idea. I'm going to make you all into heroes. Good souls are hard to come by here in hell.
But we're not. But we're mediocre noodles.
Yes, and that is why I will let you live and allow your souls to grow. And as they grow, so will their value. And as long as you don't disappoint me, you get to keep on living.
What happens if we disappoint you?
You don't want to do that. Just trust me.
Yeah, I wouldn't plan on trying to do that.
Something tells me it's going to be whatever happened to what's his name over there.
Nah, it'll probably be worse than that. That was pretty bad. Don't do that again.
He just quirks an eyebrow at you and says, "Don't make me do it again, and we won't have this issue."
Yeah, I don't really plan on that.
Now, I believe for this to truly work, you will need some autonomy. I will merely put you in the places you need to be, and you will do what needs to be done, but I can't control you, because if I do, the effort's worthless. So, I will put you into a place of crisis, and it's up to you to fix it.
Oh, shit.
Does this deal sound fair?
What kind of trouble
I
are we
mean-
talking about?
Yeah, like what kind of crisis are we?
Oh,
Like, is
don't
this a
worry.
woman got her purse stolen, or like a volcano erupted and is scorching Hawaii?
Don't worry, I won't put anything beyond your depths. That would just be silly. I'd be risking my investment.
But your investment currently means nothing.
Okay, I'm just kind of curious, like, what kind of side are we on? Like, obviously we're going to be taking sides because you want us to, but like, is it like we're all fighting for the same cause the whole time, or are we just going to be confused in terms of like what we're doing?
I think a fairly easy path to good and evil should be obvious to you in the situation I'm dropping you in, but telling
Wait,
you how
are
to
you
act.
good or evil?
I'm a devil. Do
Yeah,
you
so you're
really
evil.
need to ask
Okay.
this question?
No, but like, I don't know. You said your brethren were weird, so maybe you were trying to foreshadow something. And like, if
Clearly, you're not the
evil-
brains of this operation.
If you're evil, you would see like, evil things as good, right? Because they benefit you. So really, it's about the definition of the word.
I'm speaking in the abject moral terms that you humans use, so as to not confuse you in the mutability of ethics in the face of different societies. Also, for the most part, my kin realize what they're doing is evil, and glory in it.
Excellent. I'll stop overthinking what you tell me.
So, are you ready to become heroes?
I just never really thought of myself as a hero.
I never thought I'd ever hear it.
I'm already a hero. So
It
yeah.
doesn't really sound like there's a choice, though. All right, fuck it. Why not?
Very well. I'll be watching. And he snaps his fingers, and suddenly you're in the middle of a field somewhere.
I hope he's the filter for when we go to the bathroom.
All right.
Are there any signs around
Thanks,
in
Shane.
the field that would indicate where we are?
As you look around, roll me a perception check.
Nope.
She rolled in that one.
First roll is a nat 1. Way to get the
also
good luck
rolled
onto the
a
stream.
nat one. So we're good.
So,
this is not.
Solid. This is going well. So
there is a
far.
cow right next to you. It's about all you can see.
I love it. Moo!
I will look around to see what I can see and see if I recognize any landmarks of
That are the cow.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So where's my perception? There it is. So 4.
There's
Right.
another cow behind you.
I rolled a nat 1, but with my modifier, it became a 4.
Wait, where's
So we're doing real good, guys.
So, there are cows. You see one in front and one behind.
But that one is.
All right. I'm going to assume he doesn't want us to kill the cows. I'm going to start walking in a direction.
Wait, can I ask the cow?
If you want to cast one of your 2 first level spells for the day to cast Speak with Animals, that is a thing you can do.
I really want to ask the cow.
Okay.
All right. How do I do that?
Okay.
You just
so-
announce you're casting Speak with Animals.
I'm casting Speak with Animals to ask the cow for direction.
Where you want to go? Food's right here.
Wait, you're telling me to eat you? That's horrible.
No. Grass.
Oh, that makes way more sense. Do you know where we are right now?
Field. Lots of grass.
Ask him where the road is.
Do you know where the road is? Or the edge of your fence?
Fence is over there, and he points his head slightly off to the left, and you do notice that there is in fact a fence bordering on a road not 15 feet from where you're standing that you didn't notice because you were too busy staring at these cows.
God damn it.
This is starting off beautifully.
I would like to point out, though, I am not the only person that couldn't see the road.
Oh no,
because they were
all
staring
three
at
of
the
you
road.
failed. All three of you
All
failed.
three of us.
How are we supposed to be heroes if we can't find the
Wait,
road?
can we just talk about there might be like a lot of cows? Like, this might not have been our fault. They might be really tall
There's also a
cows.
cow behind you.
I'm a small person.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the road.
And you do notice as you step out from between these cows that you are in the middle of a field in which there are cows. And you see a
Right.
barn in the distance. And the road seems to be heading into some sort of small town.
Right? I head towards the small town.
I
recognize the small town. I've
also
traveled the
towards the small
area
town.
I believe we were close to a lot, but
You are from the capital. Well, at
Yes.
least the capital area. This does not seem familiar to you.
okay, cool.
Hold on a second while I pull something up. Do-do-do-do.
Trees.
It would help if I was scrolled up far enough. Okay, as you walk forward, away from the cow pasture, and you see there's a nice cornfield on the other side of the road.
Bye, cow.
Bye.
I was really hoping he'd say bye.
I'm glad the cow knows manners.
Why are things going in the way of things? What's going on?
I can't. Shane, did you roll a 2?
I rolled a 3.
Okay, I can't believe we rolled a 1, a 1, 3.
Well, you should have expected the low from me.
No, I expect the low from Shane.
Awful at dice rolling.
Okay,
Oh!
so what I'm showing everyone else is
Shane,
the
you
map of the area you're
consistently
in.
terrible at rolling. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
You guys aren't seeing this, but other people are. So this is the map of the general area they're in. I've sent it to you guys before. And
Starting area.png.
yep. As you walk towards this town, you see a large lake opening up on the other side of it. It is a small town of perhaps 300-400 people, mostly connecting the outlying farms to each other and giving them a place to meet up for religion, trade, drink, and general supplies that they might not be able to handle on their own. As you are walking into town, you see it is fairly busy. What do you do?
Well, how long were we unconscious?
You don't know.
So, like, when did we last, like, eat or shower?
What, I was gonna say, what's the
Well, we were just
what time of day is it?
It is about midday.
About midday. I guess I go to the town market if they have.
Or we
Does it look like they have a guard
No,
system set up, or is it just you kind of walk into town and boom,
it
there
is
you are?
too small of a town to warrant a guard or walls or anything like that.
Is
I
there,
guess I either go to try to find a market area or an.
is there any noticeable kerfuffle?
Well, those two things would be best answered with a perception check, or an investigation check if you'd prefer that.
So you have a +0 to investigation, but a +3 to perception. So an unnatural 20. for
Okay,
perception.
the town seems pretty nonplussed, and everyone seems to be going about their normal daily business.
Then I vote we just keep going through town until we find the kerfuffle we're supposed to hero at.
Well, I was going to suggest we like stop in at the inn or something, or the market, and at least
Or the
like
pub.
gossip with the locals for a while?
Is there a tavern?
Does anyone
I
have
told
money?
there
Yeah,
is an
does it?
inn/tavern. If you had money left after character creation, you still have that money.
Oh, good. I should figure out.
All of your possessions were not taken from you for any reason.
Yes, I have 10 gold. So
I have 0.
I don't know.
I can.
Let me check.
So I am broke.
I am also broke.
Yeah.
Well, we just had a traumatic experience. I'll buy you guys a beer.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'd
Whatever.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, you go to the inn that the lovely Morgana could clearly point out for you, since the rest of you are apparently ocularly challenged.
Oh, well, I didn't roll again, but I just kind of assumed inns make themselves pretty obvious. Although,
Yes, they are generally at the center of town. And this one is no different. It is the only 2-story building in town as well. And as is common on inns in these lands, the first floor is a tavern and meeting room, and the second floor is where the rooms are,
sure.
if you are staying overnight. As you walk into the center of town, you're getting some side looks from the locals who don't seem to recognize you, but none of them really comes up to you and says anything directly. And you just
Okay. Is there a bar area?
There is in fact a bar area in the inn.
What is the race makeup of the locals?
Predominantly human. You think you might see a halfling couple running through the streets, but it might also be children. You're not really sure at a quick glance.
Yeah, so me
Oh,
standing
yeah,
at whatever
same.
height I am as a Dragonborn is probably a little concerning.
You are a little conspicuous. And Morgana's blue skin is also a little conspicuous.
It's beautiful.
I'm a human.
Eh.
So I'll walk up to the bar, get the barkeeper's attention, and order 3 ales or beers or whatever they have available.
She tells you that'll be 3 silver.
All right, I just spent 3 silver.
Puts 3 steins of beer in front of you and says, "You folk are new to this part. What brings you here?"
Well, that's actually a good question. We're just passing through for now, although, where are we right now, guys?
You don't know where you are?
Are we in like?
Let's just say we've had an interesting day.
Maybe I should have charged you more for the beer then. This is Lake Town, named for the big lake right there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Told you we should have gone left.
Does Lake Town ring a bell for either of you?
Neither of you are familiar with the area.
That's what I figured.
Yep,
Okay.
I should have gone left.
Yeah. Is there a larger city or something nearby? I'm really sorry, but we kind of just ended up here.
The nearest big city would be the regional capital at Bricksburg, but that's like 4 days walk from here.
Okay, Bricksburg, does that ring a bell?
Again, no.
No.
Can you ask her if there's been anything weird?
You can ask her as well.
Oh, I thought we were being conspicuous in the corner because everyone's staring at us.
We're all standing here, and I'm gonna go up and say it's Yes, we are apparently have been very lost to get here to a place we have no idea where we are. So appreciate the information. Is there anything that we can help out with in the area? Because if that is a 4-day walk, we're going to need supplies and don't necessarily have all the funds we'll need. So anything that can help us gather that equipment and funds would be greatly appreciated.
Well, I don't know of anything that really needs done. I mean, many of the farms could use hands come harvest time, but that's still a few months off. The blacksmith might have extra work he needs done. But, well, you do seem armed. If you know how to use those things, we've been having some problems with deserters lately.
What kinds of problems?
Deserters, so...
Like deserters of your community or deserters of like a military?
One of the armies. We're not sure which. We've kind of stopped keeping track at this point. We just pay taxes to whoever says they control the land at the time and don't argue with it, and makes our lives easier. But
that's pretty rude. No, that's certainly understandable. I have some military experience myself. I'd be willing to help out.
Well,
what kind of issues are you having with these deserters?
General banditry. They're stealing stuff. They haven't killed anyone yet, but a few people have been hurt. Mostly the Jenkins boy.
Only going to get emboldened.
Are there any other townspeople looking to take action against these folks, or would we be the only ones? Is there anybody we could meet up with to help out who kind of has a good understanding of their location and that sort of thing?
Well, most of the men have been claimed by the call to arms. Only really the blacksmith's left with any sort of military experience, but he's long since retired. But I suppose you could talk to him. He might know more than I do.
Sure. No, that sounds reasonable. Thank you for the drink. If we're like done with our drinks now, I suppose we can be on our way to go talk to the blacksmith, see what we can do to help these folk out.
Okay. If you finish your drinks and head off to the blacksmith. As you walk out the door, it's fairly easy to pick out which building is the blacksmith based on the large plume of smoke coming out of the roof.
Yep, that would do it.
And, the sound of hammer on anvil. Also a dead giveaway.
Sure. I'll go ahead and enter the building. And,
I don't know. We might need perception checks for this.
Okay.
Given the history of this party so far.
Yeah. I was going to say I want to check around the area, I guess, to find the entrance and also look on the walls to look at his craft, that sort of thing. Okay.
Well, that was a joke, by the way. You don't actually have to make that perception check.
Thank God.
Good, because we're not seeing him.
I was mostly planning to make the perception check on the walls just to inspect his wares.
They seem to be a fairly solid quality. Wherever he learned his trade, he learned it well. You can tell he's actually using pretty good materials. It's not, pig iron. He actually has some good carbon content in these blades, and you wouldn't expect them to break easily. I mean, you're still going to require some heavy upkeep with a whetstone because it's not... The oils aren't as good around here because those are the expensive parts of blacksmithing.
Sure. I'll go up and introduce myself to him, Aldas, and just compliment him on the quality of his steel.
Hi.
I guess.
George is what everyone calls me. George Smith.
So we were just passing through the area. We stopped in at our local tavern, whatever its name is, and ended up, having a conversation with the barkeeper. It sounds like you guys are having some trouble with some bandits. I'd like to help out. And I think my friends here can be of assistance as well.
I nod my head.
I too nod my head.
He kind of sizes you all up quickly, looks you up and down.
Oh, I stare him dead in the eye.
You look capable enough to me.
So we were
These are
just wondering,
fucked up times we live in. The whole nation's shattering, and these men have decided that instead of taking orders, they're just going to take what they want. It's really dishonorable. Does the service a bad name, unlike those of us who served during the Emperor's time. But yeah, they've been attacking the roads out of town, and every time the trader comes through, he has less and less goods, and he said if he gets attacked one more time, he'll have to stop coming. And we've got a lot in this area. It's a good place, but there's a lot we don't have access to, and we need that trade route.
Do you know
Understood.
where? Oh,
Did I fight in the same Imperial Army? I guess probably not.
Yes.
Okay, I did fight.
Not the same battalion or anything, but it is the
Right.
same army.
Okay.
Christy, you were saying?
do you know where along the route these attacks are occurring, or is it inconsistent among?
It's usually somewhere between here and Summertown, about the midway point.
Do you have any ideas to where they may be holed up as a camp, or just where the hits are?
Just where the hits are, really. But
How many?
that area runs through some heavy forests, so they could be hidden out anywhere in there.
Do we know how many men are part of their group and what kind of armament they have, or?
They're deserters, so they're equipped with whatever they had when they left, and no more than a dozen, I'd say. But could be. The attacks are kind of sketchy, or the reports are kind of sketchy, and
Even if they're deserters, they'll be more well equipped than your average farm folk.
that's true enough. Haven't made much except horseshoes and plows for these folk for the 20 years I've been here, so I don't expect any of them to know how to handle real steel.
Yeah, let's hope you don't have to make much else moving forward.
That's the hope. Hopefully these chaotic times will come to an end soon enough.
Yep.
Do we know
Alright.
the next time that the trader's going to come through?
I think next Sunday? Wait, what is today? Do you know what today is?
Absolutely no idea.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it's Friday already. Huh. So, he's supposed to be here in 2 days?
Huh. Okay.
Does he come from Summertown?
He does a route between Ironburg, Summertown, here, and then he heads over the lake to a few cities on the other side as well.
So he should be over in Summertown or...
Ironburg now, yeah, that would probably be what I would do. That's what I would be expecting.
So then it would be what? A day's journey to where roughly they've been robbed?
Okay.
They'll
That
be
looks,
here in 2 days?
according to the map, if you take the roads, it is about half a day to get to where the attacks have been, because each one of those hexes along the road is an hour. I suppose you could shortcut it and also get there in about half the day if you went not on the road.
I think the road would probably be a better
I
idea,
agree.
but it is more open. So if they are staking out for
Also,
any travel,
Also, you don't know the area particularly well at the moment.
Yeah.
Jay, I have the big map. Do you have the smaller map? Dude, could you send
Yes.
it again? I don't know where it went for me.
you could use your.
No, nobody can't do anything.
Okay. Oop.
So anyway, yeah, I think we've got enough information. We should be able to get going, guys.
Before we go,
Should be there for you.
Yep, I got it. Thanks.
I'm going to ask him if he would be the one, or if there is someone else who is more of a leader of the town, that we can get a written up notice that we are here to assist Lake Town, so that when we meet this trader, we can show him we're not here to rob you.
You see, he stops and kind of scratches his head. I'm the only citizen in town, so I guess that'd be me. But I've never had any sort of official title of leadership or anything.
Just something that you'd be able to show him so that.
So there's no
Leading good
town
faith.
mayor or anything?
We're not big enough for that.
Well, you know the trader, though, don't you?
Yeah, nice enough
So
guy.
you- Yeah, so could you just be willing to put your name on paper and say that we're willing to help? And she'll
That's,
take your word for it?
I guess. I never really thought of it that way before, but
We
sure.
really appreciate it.
The last thing I want to do is to cause problems due to a misunderstanding for your village.
You see him looking around a bit, looking for paper. He goes back. He goes to go into his house. Then he stops and thinks better of it and grabs a set of tongs out and reaches into the fire and pulls out a piece of charcoal, sets it down on the anvil, then walks back into the house. Comes out with a piece of paper which has something on the other side. You're not really sure what. And sets it down next to the charcoal on the anvil, picks it up, and starts to crudely write it with his improvised pencil. You can tell by the big looping fonts and solid straight lines that he does not write very frequently. And while he is literate, he doesn't have much practice in these sort of
Sure.
things.
Understandable.
And
Who does have practice?
he picks up the sheet of paper and hands it to you. He's like, that should do it, I think. I don't know, I haven't written a note to him before, so...
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Well, if you can deal with these bandits, we'll appreciate it more than you can imagine.
We're going to do our best.
Hope
All
that
right.
you would.
And with that, I think
I
Is
will
there
say,
anything that we know about the woods? Or the road there?
the road there is pretty safe. The woods, occasionally you get some wolves. There's a bear up in the mountains nearby who occasionally comes down, but he normally stays far enough away from the road that it's not a problem. If you carry a torch with you, most of those things will stay away. Then again, I guess if you're trying to surprise bandits, a torch wouldn't be the best choice either, so I'll leave it up to you. Though I would point out that it's going to take you half a day to get there, and it's already afternoon, so unless you want to be getting there in the middle of the night, you might just want to stay at the inn tonight.
Yeah, I think it's best for us to prepare today and,
In the morning.
get ready for tomorrow, leave early.
agreed.
Seems like
So-
the smart plan.
I agree.
Yep. I want to step out with you two and chat for a little bit.
Aye, Cap.
So I guess first of all, I kind of have a question. Like, what do you guys think? Should we join the bandits? I mean, we are working for an evil guy, right? So
Yeah, but he
does
wants them
want
to
us
be
to-
good noodles.
Okay. So, first, I'm going to assume that we're like in an alleyway or.
Yeah. Where I took us where
We're
other
right in
were
front
out
of
of
the door.
Yeah, let's move away from the door to have this conversation.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Stay inside the building.
You know, we
Talk
could go to
about
that
it.
nice cow and have a conversation with him. His input would be greatly
It would be.
appreciated.
We could ride him into battle. We wouldn't have to walk.
I think the farmer would have a problem with us riding his Bulvanian wares into battle.
You don't know that, yeah. Or we could just borrow. As long as we return it, it's legal.
But I
I
don't like you cannot. I'm with a druid who wants to sleight of hand a cow. Why, life? Why? I know why. Don't answer.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious why.
Okay. So I don't like this whole idea of joining the bandits. Just gonna tell you guys that.
I mean, I don't like it either, but is that what we're supposed to do? Is the question.
No.
There's something we don't know.
No.
Okay.
Where did the bandits come from? How many bandits are there? If there's a town that has one like civilian in it.
So the bandits are
Where are these bandits?
the area's at war, and the bandits are disbanded from military body. So they're deserters from the military. Essentially, they group together and figure they could make a lot of money by bullying townspeople.
But which military? Like which town
I think it's
military?
By the sounds of it, you're saying that the kingdom's in a civil war.
Correct.
Yes. In a massive state of civil war where there are 7 different factions currently at war with each other for the rule of the empire.
And if there's one thing I know about rebellions is that most of the time there are people that take capitalization to take stuff from others, while the two main forces are more focused on dealing with each other.
Yep.
The rule of law is lax in a time when everyone's
But do we
saying,
know what the alliances are if there are 7 kingdoms? We don't know where these bandits came from.
Well, they're not aligned to anyone but themselves because they're just stealing.
You do not know to which group they formerly belonged.
we may be
And
able
no
to
one around
find-
here seemed to care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You also
Anyway.
don't know what region you're in.
There's one civilian.
there's
Okay.
If the blacksmith dies, it's over.
No. So there's like 300 people who live here, but the term civilian in this kingdom means something different. It means
Fair enough.
he served in the military and earned extra rights. Like he actually has voting rights within the government. And
But if there's only one person with voting rights, once again, if he dies, it's over.
No.
no, that you don't need voting rights to be like.
One,
Anymore. Bandits would come.
his
and
death
take
is
them
no
over.
more important or less important than the death of a child.
Anyway, I think we settled. The question of whether or not we're joining the bandits, and the answer is no. So
Yes, personally, from my very limited military knowledge, which I think you act like a soldier, so I'm thinking you were a soldier at some point. But correct me if I'm wrong. There is a certain procedure of war where you do not harm non-combatants, or at least you try not to.
yeah, but I mean these guys are bandits, so they're No.
Exactly, which means that they have foregone any association with any proper military, and even if they were still associated with them, that military is a bunch of dickwads.
yeah, no, they're assholes. Fuck 'em.
I could be
So
bandits are
we're gonna
horrible.
kill them. Is the thing.
I'm sure that they are not friends with the wolves in this forest.
You don't know that. But I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can talk to those wolves like you did that cow, make them your friends. I would really... Yes, it would.
So what I think we've established we're gonna. I guess my question is, what's the best way to draw them out, into the open? And I have kind of an idea. So if we can buy a cart or something here, I don't think I can afford a wagon, but we might be able to scrounge up a cart. We could put some tarps over it, have one of the two of you, kind of lay on the tarps as if we're carrying something, and then kind of entice the bandits to attack us while remaining perceptive of other things around. Marvin, you look like you can pull a cart. I think I can as well with one of us in it. So maybe we can take turns as we go along the way.
So you want to put your eggs in us rolling perception checks?
I mean, we would need to roll perception checks to, like, search for the bandits anyway.
Well, I was hoping we'd just stumble across them, because I think that's going to happen if we roll anyway.
This is going to make them come to us.
I do tend to like the idea of trying to draw them out without having the traitor involved. I feel that it's a risk having him there. He could get hurt by a side shot, stuff could get stolen. That is a risk that I don't think we should necessarily pull. But we need to make sure that he's not going to show up. It's very possible that they're watching the road now, since his schedule is so fixed, they may know, oh, the traitor always comes at this time. We'll only be waiting out at this point.
So actually, wait, question, I may have missed this, but he's coming from Summertown to Lake, right?
Yes.
And he would probably leave Summertown at some point on either early Saturday morning or
early Sunday morning
to arrive in Lake Town on Sunday. I don't know if his extra wares take him a bit longer to get to Lake Town, but if he leaves Summertown Sunday morning and we go tomorrow, it doesn't impact us at all because it's Saturday right now. Even if he leaves Summertown at some point tomorrow and has a spot where he camps overnight, which I doubt he would do with the bandits, to me, he wouldn't make it till the halfway point until night if he's taking a bit longer to get there. So I think we would, if we did it tomorrow, would be able to avoid interfering with the traitor and having him at risk.
Mm. The question is, do we try and wrap this up before he travels through, or do we try to get in touch with them and inform him of what we're trying to do and to hold off for a day or two in Summertown?
I don't think.
I mean, if we fight the bandits, I don't think they're gonna fight. I don't think we're gonna fight them for like 2 days. It's probably gonna be a pretty simple engagement.
Yeah. Well, it's more if they run and we have to go searching for them.
Well, if they run, I doubt they will return to the road to attack the traitor, because we are on the road. So if the bandits run, we can head towards Summertown, talk to the traitor at Summertown, and help him along his route to make sure they don't return to affect him. But either we clear the bandits or we go to Summertown tomorrow. I think it'd be our course of action.
I mean, we could go to Summertown and escort him. If he's not leaving till Sunday morning, maybe that's what we're supposed to be doing as heroes.
I mean, I think if we clear the bandits, people will think we're heroes either way.
And they're not necessarily going to want to
themselves for people that aren't the traitors. And you don't think that they're going to smell a trap for a traitor coming from the opposite direction on a schedule that's not what the usual trading schedule is?
Well, so we wouldn't look like a trader. We'd just look like a farmer.
Yeah, just moving wares.
Which is a more vulnerable target than
that people wouldn't be taking their shit out of town, though.
Yeah, but these guys are also going to be desperate for whatever supplies can be coming through, especially if they are
coming through, but
ill-equipped
that's the
with
wrong
hunting.
direction, is what I'm saying.
I don't think they're targeting specifically the traitor is the thing. They're targeting people on the road who are vulnerable targets. So, I think it could work if we. So again, my plan is get a cart, get some tarps. We'll lay our weapons and all that. And one, if not two of us, I don't know how we'll do trying to pull the cart if we have two people in the cart under there, so we kind of have an element of surprise and an extra person.
What if we fill some burlap sacks with things
Do we have
and
burlap
carry
sacks?
those instead? Because I doubt we're going to be able to get a cart unless our blacksmith friend is going to be able to supply us a cart. I don't see the funds, and we don't have enough time to build one.
I don't know how much does like a cart cost canonically. I feel like the character probably would know this, but I don't actually know.
About 15 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, don't have enough gold.
Yeah.
It is just out of your price range.
Could we try to rent one? Let's see.
That's a possibility. You have many people around who have them.
Yeah. So, I'm
However,
gonna go
you
talk-
are strangers to the folk of this town.
right. Understood. I'm going to go talk to the blacksmith about possibly renting a cart.
Maybe you should approach borrowing a cart before renting in case he's willing to just let us borrow it.
I don't think I'm that persuasive. I'm going to talk to him about it.
Okay.
When you explain your plan to him, he'll be like, wish I had one to help, but I just trade all my goods through the trader and don't have to do any of the transporting myself, so...
Sure. Do you know anybody who has a cart who might be willing to rent it out to us?
Let's see. Farmer Travis might have a spare cart he could let you use for a few days. He's the one up the east road with all the cows.
Moo! I am very familiar with said cows.
Yes. Okay. So I guess I decide I want to go head up to see Farmer Travis and see if I can rent a cart from him for a day, too.
Okay, so you go back to the farm where you woke up. Except you don't wake up in the middle of the field this time. You're just walking there.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you go up to the farmhouse and knock on the door?
Sure.
I do.
You see old man open the door, back heavily stooped by years of labor and wrinkled leathery skin from working out in the sun all day. He looks at you and goes, "What do you want? You are certainly an odd group of fellows. You wouldn't be adventurers, would you?"
I suppose you could call us adventurers of a sort. Are you
overreaching
Father Travis?
adventurers? And he slams the door into your face.
Well, rip.
I'm gonna knock on the door now. Knock, 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 knock.
He kind of opens the door a little.
Hi,
"Go
sir.
away, we don't want any of your trouble."
Oh, no,
and
no,
slams
sir,
it-
we don't mean any trouble.
Adventurer, you hear through the closed door, "Adventurers always bring trouble."
We're not really adventurers. My friend misspoke.
Ah, I seen it in
Hey,
you.
sir. We're trying to get rid of the bandit.
All right. Well, so much for the cart idea. I'll go. I'll give up on Father Travis. I'll say let's head back to the inn. Maybe somebody there can help us out.
But what if I can help with the cows in exchange for a cart?
I mean, you have to convince him to listen through the door first.
I know.
How are you gonna help with the cows? They're
could-
just.
You could roll a
there.
persuade check.
Yeah, I'll go up and talk with him.
I've been talking.
So I'll knock on the door, nicely and calmly.
You hear no response.
Sir, if I may, we are traveling through, yes. We have never been to your lovely town before. However, we were talking with the blacksmith, who has mentioned that there has been local trouble with the bandits. We are just looking for some assistance in getting a cart to trick the bandits so that we may dispatch them and return peace to your lands. If there's anything that we can do to help to facilitate your assistance, We are gladly at your service.
Go ahead and try to roll me a persuade check with that.
It's crappy. So that is 10.
Adventurers, deserters, bandits, they're all the same. Now go away and leave my stuff alone.
As I said, I'm heading back towards to the end.
I'm gonna knock on this door.
Okay.
I'm leaving them.
Fine, bye.
I'll meet you guys back at the end.
Let us
Good
know.
luck. I'm going to try to source a cart by other means.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
Christy.
go with you.
What do you say?
Sir, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice your beautiful cows out in your field, and I was wondering if you could tell me more about them.
Why, so you can steal them?
No, I love cows, and I would never dream of stealing yours.
Roll me a persuade check.
Considering one the sleight of hand one earlier.
I got an 11.
Okay, so you got an 11.
Yeah, no, I got an
Plus
11.
yeah, 11.
Go away, you filthy cow napper.
That's fair. Can I sleight of hand the cart?
No, you don't even know where it is.
Can we just steal the cart?
I mean, we
I
can.
mean, if
Should
you-
we? No. Do I want to?
Yes.
No.
You don't know where it is right now, but
Can we look for it?
theoretically you could look for it and try to steal it.
I
That
want to
is
do that.
that is a course of option available. Or there's a course of action available to you. Whether it's the best one or not, I don't know, but that's up to you to decide.
Can I just peruse my surroundings and see if I see a cart that's not attached to anything?
Roll me an investigation check. You're not there, Shane.
I'm
You
not
can't
here,
tell her
I
no.
know I'm not there. 17!
Okay, you can see peeking out of the edge of his barn, there is a little handcart.
Guys. Alright, I go meet up with Marvin and Matt. What's it? Paul Dawson?
Yeah, Hal Dawson. You're Hal. You are now Hal.
Hal.
I go meet up with them to tell them that I've found us a cart if they're willing to thieve it with me.
No.
Hal? It would solve our cart problem. With no money.
Do we really need a cart?
I mean, for Hal's plan? Yes. But in general? No.
But do plans survive first contact? No.
I mean, is the old farmer going to be able to chase us down? His skin's made of leather.
Never judge a man by the leather of his skin.
What about the crook of his back?
Well, maybe the crook of his back, but I still think that he may be more capable than we realize.
So
That-
I think we can
that-
probably
that-
get a cart elsewhere in the town, guys. Let's
Wait,
just
are
try
we
it
really
there before we
stealthy?
steal one.
No, we're not. No. Because if we take a cart, then word's going to get back to the rest of the town that we're just as bad as the bandits. So even if we come back and...
Well, then we could just join the bandits like Hal suggested, and our problems are still solved. And we have a cart. And treasure. I'm pretty sure my place.
I just walk into the...
I would get arrested.
Could you please point me in the direction of someone where I can rent a cart from?
Roll a persuade check.
I just ignore Christy.
Alright, but when you want to steal his cart, don't come to me. He rolled a 5.
Which becomes a 7.
So you walk up to the barkeep and say, "So, where can I get a cart?" She goes, "Most of the people around here have uses for their own. I don't know anyone who has a spare, so I don't know."
We would just need to borrow it for a day or two. Is everybody using it every day?
I mean, you're using it to go after the bandits. No offense, but that's not a high survivability
Did we
rate.
say that? Shane, did you say that?
She's the one who told you about the bandits.
I never said, but Well,
It's
we
a
just
small
wanna go to
village, word gets
Summertown.
around.
We got some wares we need to transport to Summertown.
Look, I like what you're trying for here. It's just, we've literally never seen you before. And it's great that you're offering to help with this, but you could just be lying to us.
I'm willing to pay gold to rent the cart. I'm not. Like,
Are you willing to
just
pay the
asking
full
for it.
value of the carts?
I don't have enough money for the full value.
It's the
Otherwise I
problem.
would.
It also takes a month to get a new cart over from Bricksburg anyways, so...
I mean,
Do you have any?
Wait, I can grow
I just want to use the cart for a couple days. I'm not trying to buy a whole cart here. You know?
Unfair. Crap's doing this here.
Yeah, but see...
I
we're not
understand
sure
it's-
you're going to survive, which means they're also out the carts.
I understand it's a bit of a risky investment, but it could also pay off quite well if we end up, actually defeating the bandits and taking care of them. You'll have the cart back. You'll make some money based off of that.
We need to have vaccines.
I want to persuade. Is that a persuasion check?
Sure.
8, terrible. I'm not a face.
Your words fall on deaf ears as she just goes, look, I know you guys, well, it seems like you guys are trying to do a good thing here. But no one's just going to trust you with one of their most expensive pieces of property.
I mean,
It's just
that's
how things
reasonable.
work.
How do you
No,
say
like
the locals are in
it's
terms of
totally
money?
reasonable.
Hal, I think it'll work with burlap sacks.
Or thieving.
That's actually not a bad idea either.
The
There.
thieving?
No. Burlap sack.
Stop it.
Did you say thieving out loud? Please tell me you didn't say thieving out
She
loud.
definitely did.
Like 8 times. Where have you been?
God damn it.
I'm
Alright.
trying to help these people. What's wrong
The
with you?
barkeep is glaring at her at this point.
Okay. The sacks aren't a bad idea. Are there any burlap sacks we can buy around here?
Yeah, the smiths should have some.
How much?
Some of the farmers would have spare ones, I would guess. I mean,
Alright.
I get most of my
I'll-
things in
I'll
crates,
just
or else
head
I
back
would
to
have
the
one.
Smith and buy 3 burlap sacks.
Okay.
Hey,
That
I
would
would
cost
also
you-
like to point out, I've never entered the inn. I met up with you outside the inn, and then you left me in the hallway because you didn't want to hear about my thieving anymore. So
That's
I'm still
fair.
outside.
That's fair. So,
I
Matt,
would
that
just
will
like to
cost
point
you
that out.
3 copper.
So no
Oh,
one can
woo. 3 copper. Excellent.
remember where I is.
I'm going to. Nah. We need to make it believable. What can we fill the burlap sacks with that's believable, Shane?
Rocks.
Or
But like not super heavy.
who can grow plants?
We could fill it with hay. Just cut some of the grass from the field and fill it up. But I doubt that they're going to be going after something that looks like it's hay. They're going to be going after stuff that looks valuable, especially if it's just 3 people walking with sacks.
Roll me an insight check, you guys.
All of us, or just the 2 in the inn?
Any of you.
What the hell is this?
Should I do it too?
I need new dice.
5. I need a new dice roll. This is ridiculous.
20.
11.
So, Christy, you realize that bandits aren't farming, which means they need food from somewhere. So they might be likely to steal things that are people food,
Like grain?
like grain,
Like grain
Or-
that I could grow?
or meat, or fish, or...
Wait, if I sleight of hand a cow.
and butcher it,
You
and
do
salt
realize
it.
sleight of hand is basically pickpocketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a butcher in town? I guess we probably need to ask someone.
Guys, I can grow plants.
Yeah. Let's just go in.
Can I
In a
not?
day? Can you grow plants in a day?
I'm fucking magic.
It takes her about a minute to grow a stalk of corn. With the way Druidcraft works, that would be... She could spend several hours just growing corn.
That would take
or
us.
wheat, or barley,
that
or
would-
literally anything I've said.
That would take us sleep and then wake up tomorrow morning to get going.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Now watch me
I just
roll.
didn't think it would be that efficient.
Only get a sprout.
Okay. So, Christy,
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll me a Constitution save.
Right on.
Oh.
So 10.
Okay. 10? You're fine.
Woo!
It was a lot of work channeling that much magic for that long of a period of time, but you don't feel too worn out by it. And over the course of the night, you basically find a random spot on the side of the road, you steal an ear of corn, you bury one little kernel, and you make it grow over the course of a minute, put it in the bag, flip off another kernel, repeat for 2 or 3 hours.
Aye, cat.
It's really boring work.
Is my cow friend hanging out with me, though? Like, can we still speak?
You can speak with animals only last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
I think.
So, I'm going to spend the rest of the day in the inn drinking.
Okay.
I'm going to do all the work. While
I'm gonna go over to the blacksmith and see if he just needs some help working around while we wait for tomorrow.
He does not. And Matt, go ahead and subtract another 5 gold or 5 silver from your inventory for drinking all day.
Yay!
If the blacksmith doesn't need help, I'll just go over to you.
For 1 drink, but 5 to drink all day? Who choose to drink all day?
It was 3 silver to buy 3 drinks for each of you, and then I assume Matt saying he drank all day would be like 5 drinks.
Yeah.
That was the assumption I made.
I mean, like, yeah, it was only a few hours, right? So,
You sip them to enjoy them. Don't do much.
So are you planning on staying at the inn, or are you going to sleep on the ground outside?
yeah, I'm
just
staying at the inn.
Outside.
Okay.
You guys can stay at the inn if you want, but you're paying for yourselves. Not that charitable.
I've literally already said I'm sleeping outside.
I have no money and I'm helping you.
I'm too busy growing all the shit to save us, so...
Matt, that'll be another 5 silver.
All right. Down to 8 gold and 7 silver.
Spending it wisely. Ayo.
Okay. So, everyone long rests. You get all your spells back. You get all your hit points back. You get half your hit dice back. Though you didn't spend any of those except Christy cast one of her first level spells. Which she can now do again. Woohoo.
No regrets.
So normally
That's fair.
Hit that, and then you can't. So when you long rest, you just hit this. And
Shane, roll me a Constitution save.
Are these things I can do all day, always?
12.
Okay. You are a little stiff in the morning. You are not used to sleeping on random ground. I assume Christy's character is kind of used to that at this point of her life. She cuddles up to her puppy and just deals with it.
When did you get a puppy?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
You have a dog. What's your
I
dog's
was
name?
hoping my dog was coming, and I was wondering when.
Oh yeah, no, he's been following you around the whole time.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm blind, so now I'm noticing it. When did you get a puppy?
Ugh, forever ago. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Name?
Bronx.
May I pet?
Absolutely.
I pet Bronx.
He accepts the
Bronx
pets.
like face.
I wake up in the morning and note the puppy for the first time. Can I pet your dog?
The stipulation was that I had a pit bull for this game. You may see my dog. Bronx is very nice.
All right. I also pet Chrissy's dog.
Okay, he
I
accepts
And
the
I call him a
pets.
good boy.
Is our
I call him a
mascot.
good boy.
You didn't really have a vote in that. Bronx was already the mascot.
This is a democracy.
You just haven't
Oh.
seen him because your perception's so low.
So anyway, I'm wearing like a baggy shirt over chainmail. And
Okay.
my Morning Star is going to go in the bag with the corn that I'm carrying.
Fair enough.
Shane, you don't have armor on as outerwear, do you?
I do.
Shane's wearing like a breastplate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heavy armor chainmail.
Oh, you have chainmail.
I think it. Yeah.
Okay.
I also have chainmail.
Then you can just wear a baggy shirt over it, and you will be fine.
I have a shield and a warhammer.
So, you two, I am going to need you to roll deception checks in an attempt to, or sleight of hand, your choice, to hide those weapons in your bags to where they are within easy reach.
I am going to use sleight of hand.
Okay.
And I got an 8? Are you fucking kidding me?
I will try deception.
6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay.
Let's see, please. Please.
Solid.
Seven.
Okay.
So,
Shane, would you say you err on the side of caution or danger in what you're expecting?
That would be danger.
Okay. Good to know.
I err on the side of caution.
Okay. Good to know.
Can I just
So,
get them out?
my Morning Star is at my side because I was not satisfied.
No.
Without-
It is in your bag. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You both put it in your bags. And you think you hit it. And we'll just leave it at that.
Great. Lovely.
You see nothing.
I feel like we're the 5-year-old that is like, you can't see it, but it's like just
You
sitting
don't-
in the middle of the
You don't know
living
how
room.
bad it is, so you characters don't know what your dice are.
Sure.
So, you wander off down the road on foot.
I'm gonna throw a
Um,
stick really far for Bronx to go catch.
I was gonna say I am attentive to. Hey, actually, can your dog like help us scout?
It's a good question. I think Bronze would be an excellent scout.
So I mean, if you could ask him to check if he can smell or hear or see humans that we might not be able to, that would be great.
All right, Bronx Bub, you sit. Good boy. All right, you gotta go forward, and you're gonna find humans. And if you do, you bark. Okay? Good. Bye, Bronx.
Should we make it as obvious as barking? Because if they're trying to ambush us, like that would just alert them
All
that
right,
we know
they'll
they're
come
there.
back to us. Don't bark, bro.
Okay. Roll me a d20 and add 4 to it.
No, it's just
and
D20
add
and then
four
add
to
4.
it.
Yeah.
24.
Wow. Bronx nat 20'd.
Yeah,
Way
he
to go,
sure fucking
pup.
did. Bronx is a good boy.
Okay, so
Party!
Bronx is the goodest boy, and he will save our lives.
Bronx is awesome.
okay.
Favorite character.
Oh, welcome.
So, you're walking along the road. And stuff is happening. And by stuff is happening, I mean nothing is happening.
I happily whistle.
The terrain goes by. And I remind you that you have a 12-hour walk to get there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wasn't saying like immediately, but
Oh, yeah.
I am like kind of paying attention the whole
Yep.
time.
So, Bronx stays ahead of you guys, and he'll occasionally run into the bushes and chase a rabbit or something. Sometimes a squirrel. He'll occasionally come back for pets, but he never seems alarmed. The tail's always happily wagging.
Wait,
And then-
can I just say that? Can Bronx be allowed to slaughter said squirrels or bunnies? Because it's in his nature, and also we need food.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He
Yeah,
can-
So, is that allowed?
Do you want him to actually try to hunt them, or is he just chasing them for
do.
fun?
Both.
Okay.
He can have fun and we'll eat it. Yeah, it's fine.
he can hunt them if it doesn't slow us down.
Well, that's
How
not the
about that?
fun he's gonna want. What he's gonna want is to take it in his jaws and do a freaking death shake. So its little neck pops.
Okay,
and then
well,
you eat it. Right?
no, I mean
Yeah.
that's fair. I'm just saying, like, don't have him run off, so we need to like find him.
No.
Like,
It's a secondary mission for him. He's scouting for us, but if he finds us a rabbit, we'll eat said rabbit.
Okay.
I thought druids don't eat meat.
I eat whatever the fuck I want.
Druids eat meat. I mean, a lot of people who play druids choose to not eat meat, but that is not a tenet of druidcraft.
Those people are wrong.
As long as you use all of the animal, you're good.
I learn something new every day.
all right.
Okay.
Suited.
Let's see, what would this be? Everyone roll me a d20 and add your wisdom modifier to it.
6.
Nat 20.
14.
Okay. So Morgana quickly gets distracted by all the random things she's seeing around her and kind of stops looking for the bandits and is instead just following Bronx with whatever he does.
That sounds like it's me.
Matt does a pretty good job maintaining vigilance, but as time wears on, so does his attention and his mind begins to wander.
Constant vigilant.
Occasionally thinking about all his trophies at home and how he wished he brought more of his prize money with him.
I do win a.
And what was your character's name again, Shane? Sorry. Marvin?
Marvin. Yep, Marvin.
Marvin.
The most unique Dragonborn name.
Marvin maintains constant vigilance. His head moves in arcs from side to side with precise timed motions. Every little snap of a twig or rustle of a bush just gets
in the other direction.
his direct attention. And it never means anything because it's always just a false alarm. But he's vigilant.
Dropping through the sticks.
So I notice Marvin and his vigilance, and I say, "Hey, Marv, you in the army or something?
Nope.
You're very attentive for somebody who wasn't."
Yep.
Well, keep it up. It's good. You're doing good.
Thanks.
Great, bud.
Okay.
We're very social, if you can't tell.
Well, I mean, I just like left you guys, and I'm off chasing butterflies and shit. So
Maybe if you survive this, I will talk to you.
Christy, roll me a d20.
19.
Okay.
Was
While
that
you are
Bronx roll?
no, while you're off getting distracted by what Bronx is doing, you stop when you notice something in the underbush.
Can I investigate it? What is it? Can I touch it? Is it an animal?
It is a fawn, and it is standing there without its mommy.
Oh, we could eat it.
Okay,
How
that's an
much?
interesting thought.
All right, I'll leave it alone.
Well, we could either eat it, or we try and become its friend, to become its friend with its mama, and then use her as another scout, but generally they're not going to be back until dark.
Well,
Have I noticed that Christy noticed this thing?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking.
You've kind of gotten bored with the fact that she keeps running off and isn't keeping vigilance.
I want to pet the fawn.
Okay, roll me an animal handling check to not scare it.
10.
Okay. You try to approach it, and as soon as you get within about 20 feet of it, it freezes. And as you slowly continue to walk forward, holding your hand out, it bolts.
Yeah. Ain't that just the way? I guess I go back with the main group now.
Okay. It's about lunchtime now. You guys gonna stop and eat, or you can eat on the walk?
I'm fine eating on the walk.
I'm good with eating and walking.
Eat and walk. Constant
Okay.
vigilance.
I pull a cob of corn out of the bag of corn. Does it taste good?
I mean, it's uncooked corn, so it's kind of hard.
I made popcorn last night for the voyage. Wait, did I have fire?
You could have made a fire. You
Yeah,
have...
so I did that. We have popcorn.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take a bite out of the corn and realize I don't like it, and throw it to the ground, and then just eat my normal ration meal that I had prepared in my bag that has rations.
The hardtack and jerky. Yum.
Better than the uncooked corn.
Wait,
This
did
is
Bronx
true.
find me any goodies?
Roll me a d20 plus 2.
9.
Okay, he did not catch any. He was more just playing with them than actually hunting them, so
That's okay. He's still a good boy and he gets the ear scritches.
he is a good boy. And he happily receives the ear scritches. And
I'll
you
eat my
continue
rations
walking.
as well. Yep.
Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom
I was
nom.
also offering you both popcorn,
So,
not just like telling you that I made popcorn and that's what I'm eating.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have some popcorn, but I'll also eat something like substantial.
need protein.
Protein for vigilance.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you don't need a lot of protein to go look field.
I feel like Shane also remains vigilant while eating. Like-
He
Yes.
does.
And I kind of slack off a little bit.
Okay. As the day goes on, Shane maintains his vigilance. And Morgana maintains her animal watching and sees many small creatures and birds. A variety she's not super familiar with.
Interesting.
But eventually, you get to the place where the forest edges upon the roads. And that is where we're going to end things for today.
It's a cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Right. Dun dun dun.
But yeah, that's about the time we agreed to stop and seemed like a good place to stop. So
All right.
that was
Yeah.
session 1. I have
Yeah.
made notes of Bronx's perception check and all of the relevant factors to what's going on here. So
Yeah. No, sounds good. Fun. I like the dog. Dog's great.
I do too.
Yeah.
He was my favorite part.
I like that we rolled a 20 plus 4 for.
He rolled.
He
a
rolled.
20
Yeah.
before.
like the
He's
only
a-
good roll of the night was the
Oh,
dog.
God.
I mean,
Well, I did get my my nat 20 for constant vigilance.
Yes,
But other than
constant
that-
vigilance.
You're so fucking aware.
I am like,
No. He is not necessarily aware. He's just operating at the same level of vigilance constantly. There's a difference between the two.
So he's on cocaine.
I actually have like good perception too. And the one time I had to roll perception, I did terrible.
Yeah, I don't think the entire group rolled above a 10 more than 4 times today.
I am an expert dice roller.
If this is gonna be how the campaign goes,
I'm stoked.
that devil better have gotten Bronx's soul, because that's probably the only one that's gonna be worth anything by the end.
Okay. Well, I think this is where we end the stream. So thank you for watching, anyone who's watching this either now or in the future. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Stick around for Bronx.
In the next one, or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't
Say
know.
hi to
We'll figure out an
Bronx for
outro at some point.